Hello and welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom from our studios at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano in Accra. I am Umaru Sanda Amadou. Coming up, Ghanaians and music lovers worldwide mourned the death of renowned singer Charles Kojo Fosu, popularly known as Daddy Lumba. He was 60. Inspector General of Police embarks on fact-finding mission to Aswasi in the Ashanti region following 2 separate fatal shooting incidents in the area. Government launches PanAfrican Emancipation Day 2025 to commemorate the struggles of transatlantic slave trade and celebrate Ghana's rich cultural heritage. An English Yam from Traditional Authorities Institute spot fines for sanitation offenders to deter irresponsible waste disposal and related practices.
In the municipal assemblies, because they were not enforcing our law, we must also do our part to help Mother Ghana and our localities where we live. We have to start educating our children from the primary school. Then when we grow it will be part and parcel of us.
We're grateful that you join us for this edition of Channel 1 Newsroom from Channel 1 Television. And we begin with a very sad story. Ghanaians and music lovers worldwide are mourning the death of renowned singer Charles Kojo Fosu, popularly known as Daddy Lumba. The 60-year-old music icon passed away in the early hours of Saturday, July 26, at the Bank Hospital in Accra. Daddy Lumba was, since the announcement of his death, being eulogized by colleague musicians, politicians, and other public figures for his remarkable legacy in Ghana's music industry. Channel 1 News' Fauzu Masawudu chronicles Daddy Lumba's key career moments in the following report.
On 29 September 1964, Charles Kojo Fosu was born on the plains of Nsota Amangwase in the Ashanti region of Ghana from a humble family. Little did his parents, Comfort Jemfi and Owuahene Kojo Fosu, know baby Charles will burgeon into a shining star with the name Daddy Lumba etching its place on the walls of fame. In the early 1980s, he burst onto the highlight scene with his massive hit Yeye Aka Akwantuomu with Nana Echampong, a duo referred to as Lumba Brothers. He, over time, grew to become one of Ghana's most sought-after artists, churning out chart-topping singles and albums, including Theresa, Abeng, Ohiasem, Adakatia, among other popular hits. Lumba was not merely a musician, he defined music in the most relevant terms. He spoke to love. The quest for wealth. And through his lyrical panache, he reminded us of our responsibility to our nation, patriotism. On Saturday, July 26, he died while on admission at the Bank Hospital in Accra, sparking widespread tributes from Ghanaians and other notable figures, including former Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who described his passing as a huge blow to the nation. Renowned musician Sir Kodie has also eulogized the Lumba for blazing a musical trail. Bisakede, broadcaster Sewa Amehe are among the tall list of personalities who have paid tribute to the legend. And oh, did I say Nana Akufo-Addo of the New Patriotic Party? Yes, Lumba's influence transcended the creative art space. He was felt even in politics. For Ghanaians, Lumba will be remembered for everything but one, feeding their souls with his lyrical prowess.
He's a legend. Actually, I hear the news, but the question we have to ask ourselves that we all die one day, but we need to leave legacy. He is a legend. So I'm not shocked. I know death is there, life is there, but we wish him well.
Especially Teresa Bebrese. And
for pubs and restaurant operators, many of whose music playlists are nothing without a Lumba track, he will be remembered for indirectly putting food on their tables.
It really hurts. I'm very, very down because he's one of my best dishes in the world, and I really, really like that Lumba a lot. So at this point, I'm really, really hurt, and I'm so down about his death and everything. Yeah.
You have a favorite of Daddy Lumba?
Yes, I do have a favorite of his song. Sikasem. Adia Sika ye. Ohien to me nebio. Sikane Bobeni Daddy Asemnio Sikasem.
Death is indeed inevitable, but listening to one sing about his own death definitely hits differently. Lumba's music life was well-lived, one worth emulating.
You have to follow the footsteps of Daddy Lumba, where he started from, where he ended. So you have to learn a lot from him. Not what is going on right now. People are fighting against each other. You have to learn from Daddy Lumba. He's a very humble person. It doesn't matter who you are. When you call him, he'll come and listen to you. He's not a politician. He don't put himself in politics. When you call him to perform for you, don't depend on the money. He'll come and do whatever he wants you to do for you.
Daddy Lumba, a great star, has indeed fallen. Daddy Lumba may be no more, but as espoused in one of his hit singles, Makramo, his soul will be most pleased with the legacy he's left behind. Reporting for Channel 1 News, Fauzuma Saudu, Accra.
Let's remain with that story and go on the phone lines and speak to Fati Ali Yala. She is lawyer for Daddy Lumba's family, and she's joined us. Hello, thank you so much for joining us. Our condolences to you. How is the family reacting and responding to this very, very difficult moment?
Hello, good evening to you and your cherished listeners.
It must be a very difficult moment for the family. Can you tell us what the mood is?
Very shocking. You know, the family is just in a state of, state of pain. They cannot even, they cannot even talk. They don't have that, We are all shocked, even including me, his lawyer, It's difficult for me. I'm in a sort of way, yeah.
Do we know much about what may have happened to him?
Okay, for now, we were mandated by the family in the morning to announce his demise. And the family again has instructed that all other information be made confidential, or all other information be confidential. For this reason, we cannot disclose anything until we are instructed to do so. But the family will come out soon with any other matter that everyone needs to know.
Which then means that we do not have details about what possible plans would be for funeral.
Not yet. Not yet. The families are coming together. You know, they are still in shock. So we should allow them some few hours today for them to, you know, put themselves together, and then they will let us know the next move.
Dr. Lumba is a national figure. Do we know if the state and the government, for that matter, has made any offers to the family? Has there been any calls, anything whatsoever?
Well, for now, I cannot tell unless maybe the family speaks. We were just mandated to announce the news of its demise because it was flying all over social media. Everybody was writing anything. So the family mandated us as his lawyer to announce it officially to the public.
Is the family asking anything specially from Ghanaian, the generality of the population? Is there any prayer request to the Ghanaian population during this period?
Exactly. After prayer, you will need prayers. You will need prayers, but they are not fixed to anything at the moment. So we can also talk about anything, but prayers, definitely he needs it. We need to pray for him.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you so much.
So that's Fati Ali Yala. She is lawyer for the family of the now late Daddy Lumba, speaking to us there. This is Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 Television. The Inspector General of Police, IGP, has vowed to ensure persons behind the two separate fatal shooting incidents at Aswasi in the Ashanti region are arrested. The IGP led a team of police chiefs and investigators on a fact-finding mission to the area after two deaths in a spate of a week in separate shootings. Channel 1 News' bureau chief for the Middle Belt, Hafiz Tijani, has more.
The death of a 60-year-old man, identified as Mohammed Madi Suleiman, remains topical in Aswasi and the Ashanti region after he was shot on Friday. The deceased, who was returning to his vehicle from a local eatery, was shot and killed by unknown gunmen on a motorbike. The latest incident comes after a local chief also died in a similar incident. This has raised security concerns, forcing police chiefs to visit the area. A team led by the Inspector General of Police visited both crime scenes as police make frantic efforts to unravel the mystery behind the incidents and also work to arrest the perpetrators. The IGP, during the visit, instructed his men to ensure the persons behind both incidents are arrested. Director General of Operations at the Ghana Police Service, COP Vance Baba Garba, assured that the police would apprehend the perpetrators of both crimes.
The perpetrators of these heinous crimes, we want to reassure the general public that the police will go on all manhunt to get them and then to let them face the full rigors of the law. We have commenced a lot of engagements with Muslim communities, the Zongo communities in Accra, Tema, and some environs where we are de-escalating this situation that we are confronted with. In Kumasi here too, the regional commander has been tasked by the Inspector General of Police to also engage with these communities to de-escalate the situation. We want to urge the public to provide and volunteer information to the Ghana Police Service to enable us pursue and arrest and prosecute the perpetrators of this crime.
He further directed the police to ensure strict enforcement of a ban on the movement of motorbikes after 7 p.m. as directed by the Ashanti Regional Security Council.
We've informed them that they must present the proper posture and enforce the decisions of the Regional Security Council, where do not allow pylon riders in town. People who wear the smoke of fugu will also be thoroughly searched. All bikes that are not registered will be impounded and sent to regional headquarters. So we want to ensure that and there would not be motorbikes will not be allowed after 7 p.m. So these are decisions of the Regional Security Council based on their assessment, and therefore we, the police service, will enforce all these decisions of the Regional Security Council.
Relatives of the deceased say they remain shocked over the death as they call for justice.
Any otu for some, any IGP and some, or any for home share, if I'm going for some with me, I will know a nipa would disabony, now in no more than if
The body was transported to Accra for burial after relatives performed the necessary Islamic rites. Meanwhile, security officers have intensified patrols and checks in the area and parts of the Ashanti region. The Inspector General of Police is urging calm among residents of Aswanse and assured that perpetrators will be arrested. Hafiz Tijani, Channel 1 News, Aswanse, Ashanti region.
Now, gun violence in Ghana surged by 253.3% in the first quarter of 2025 compared to the same period last year. A total of 53 gun-related violent incidents were recorded nationwide, a sharp rise that points to growing insecurity and arms proliferation across the country. This according to a report by the Ghana Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons. The following report takes a look at the growing incidence of gun violence and what relevant authorities are doing to address them.
The misuse of firearms in public is becoming a disturbing trend in the country, from the misuse of firearms during traditional festivities to the use of guns to engage in violent shootouts and armed robberies. In Ungwa, tragedy unfolded during the enscapement of Nagamu, the newly installed leader of the Ga Muslim community. What should have been a joyous celebration turned deadly when she was fatally shot during her outdooring. Another chief of the Kusase community was gunned down at his home. Eyewitnesses say 2 men on motorbike approached his residence before one opened fire with an AK-47, killing the traditional leader. And in the classroom, a place of learning and safety for students, violence found its way there. A female student of the Adventist SHS was shot by a classmate who allegedly smuggled a firearm to class. The bullet injured her eye. Reacting to this event, Executive Secretary of the National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons, Dr. Adam Buna, stated that the Commission is working closely with traditional leaders and efforts are underway to train ceremonial weapon handlers to prevent reckless use during cultural festivities.
We have had engagement with some traditional authorities, including the Bobu Wolomo. You know, he's the spiritual head of the Gandangue, traditional area. And he's opening his doors to us. One of the things we are doing is to also begin the marking of traditional musketries and traditional weapons, because then we have engaged them and to train traditional weapon firers, those who fire these musketries.
He also disclosed that the Firearms Bill has undergone its final review and is now with the Ministry of the Interior, awaiting transfer to the Attorney General's Department before it proceeds to Cabinet.
And also our bill, yesterday and a day before yesterday, we did the legal, call it a final review of the Arms Bill. So we are sending it, it's being sent to the Ministry of the Interior for further onward transmission to the AG's department to see what the AG says before it goes to Cabinet.
On recent reports of missing ammunition from the Ghana Armed Forces, Dr. Buna said the Commission is collaborating with other state agencies to ensure the perpetrators are brought to justice.
The Small Arms and Light Weapons Commission, which I head, we are working in collaboration with other state security agencies, i.e. the police, the national security, immigration, and customs, and the military, and all the other state parties in who handle arms, to ensure and also conduct investigation to ensure that we are able to bring the perpetrators who stole these ammunitions, as mentioned by the Honorable Minister of Defense, bring them to book.
You're watching Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 Television. When we come back, government launches PanAfrican Emancipation Day 2025 to commemorate the struggles of the transatlantic slave trade and celebrate Ghana's rich cultural heritage. More on that when we come back. Please stay with us.
What's better than your bestie? A bestie with blockbusters and bedtime cartoons. GoTV streams your fave soaps, sports, and the loudest laughs. No extra charge, just internet connection. Your shows, your vibes, your anytime, anywhere bestie. GoTV Stream. Download it now.
Drowning in deadlines, data running wild? Let's fix this together. Join the evolution, join the sharpest minds in HR at the HR Connect Conference 2025 on August 8th at the Movenpick Hotel, Accra, under the theme Empowering HR Excellence, Leveraging Data, Resilience, and Wellness for a Thriving Workplace. It's not just another conference, it's strategy, tech, wellness, and a few smart laughs too. Panels, keynotes, real talk, and real solutions. Let's lead, connect, and transform the way we work. For further inquiries and bookings, please call on 0541 222 365 to secure your seat. HR Connect Conference 2025. Lead, connect, transform.
Still on the old My DSTV app? Time to make the switch. And yes, it's as easy as it sounds. Just download the new My DSTV app and log in as you normally would. Everything you need is right there. Your account, your settings, your offers. It's a smoother way to pay, upgrade, reconnect, or clear errors. All in fewer steps. No hassle, just more control in less time. Download the new My DSTV app, made to make it easy.
Thank you for remaining with us. To some other stories now, and PanAfrican Emancipation Day 2025 has officially been launched, commemorating the struggles of the transatlantic slave trade while celebrating Ghana's rich cultural heritage and deepening ties with the global African diaspora. Speaking at the event held in the Central Region, Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman emphasized the importance of resisting oppression and using the nation's history as a guide for development. Sarah Pia was at the event and has this report.
PanAfrican Emancipation Day 2025 served as a powerful platform for reflection and reconnection, bringing together Ghanaians and Africans in the diaspora to honor a painful past and envision a hopeful future. This year's event shed light on the horrors of the transatlantic slave trade and emphasized the need to transform that legacy into a foundation for sustainable development. At the Durban However, Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman called on Ghanaians to take ownership of their history and rewrite their collective narrative, one rooted in pride, resistance, and unity.
Africa is not only those of us on the continent. It's about many of us who, for many, many reasons, find ourselves away from the continent, and especially those who did not choose to go and live away from the continent, but who have found themselves in this space. So today allows us to affirm our shared identity and to reconnect to our roots.
Also addressing the gathering, Minister of Tourism and Creative Arts, Abla Gomashi, spoke on the long-lasting impact of the slave trade. She underscored the deep-seated systems of racial inferiority it left behind and urged Ghanaians to harness the power of culture as a tool for liberation and economic interdependence.
The memory of those whose voices were silenced and give new voice to the dream of Pan-African solidarity. At the heart of this year's celebration is a call for reparative justice. We must not remember, we must act. Reparative justice demands a reckoning of history, but also a restructuring of the future. It speaks to the need for moral, economic, and cultural redress, a renewal of systems that have long profited from exploitation.
The paramount chief Osabari Makwesiata II stressed the need to create a welcoming and safe space for those returning to their roots.
From these very shores, millions of our forebears were taken away, leaving behind cries that still echoed in the waves of the Atlantic.
Now, the Finance Minister's claim of visible economic progress backed by reported reductions in the prices of key food items such as maize, onions and cooking oil is drawing scrutiny as Ghanaians assess whether the gains outlined in the mid-year budget review reflect their lived experiences in the marketplace. More in the following report by Channel One News' Daniel Sakiti.
Ghanaians are expressing mixed views about their experiences in the marketplace following the Finance Minister's claim that prices of some food items have gone down. While some say they have noticed slight reductions, others insist they are still spending more on food and want government to intervene. For them, the cost of feeding a family remains high, and they believe one key solution is improving access by helping cut food from remote areas to urban markets.
Say kokonte 5 cedi kiti bi almost omu nyaka enfani amane mma wate ase omu mfani amane mma nti yesre no so omema ka akoho no mu di ni amana ba na ayefo amaye ne yesu yetumi atobi.
Why did he sample and pick some food items and not the general foodstuffs? Because the price that I used to buy in January is the same prices. I used to come to the market with 1,000 cedis, I should get something, but now beyond 2,000, that's when you can buy for like a decent stuff for the household. So for me, I don't agree. I mean, I'm still buying this at the same prices. The last time I came to the market, I bought a bowl of tomatoes for I think 280. Today they are quoting 350 cedis, and that was December. Yes, I bought around 280, and now they are quoting 350. Even though the cedi is gaining strength against the dollar, it's not really reflecting on the market.
Others who admit to seeing some price drops are calling for more action to sustain and deepen the trend.
Like Omondi say, Lumba will say apart from oil susa, but the candidate is they say me to a mobile bag, why 80 cedis. First, now me turn 1.2, now say 1.5, I say me to 80 cedis. 5 kg. Benya ka be to me aba from kakra mai because enye obi bia na e bia me say me to me afford be bi on to me afford enti ye pese embra from.
At the Carnation market, traders who paid close attention to the mid-year budget presentation are also reacting. Dr. Atto Forson indicated that a sack of maize, which was selling for 1,600 Ghana cedis in January, now goes for 1,440 Ghana cedis. Maize traders confirm prices have dropped even more, but they say they are struggling to attract buyers.
So be baha can show 1,300. A old one. Na new one post eba August, September. Yeah, August. From August to September, we di fufru na ebe bafo 10,300. Inti ebron yafe na nyama nyina eti abafo. Inti nyama ya dom sensuo no to ye a e ma nyama nyina ye a aduane beba ebron beba fo kura. Sesi a alonka no na ye twa no 30 Ghana. Sesi ya tisu wakadeshi ha ye twa no 25. Ni kire se about 25 alonka. Ni kire se omoba ho banya bafo. Si a uhwe no ye a sika ni hokasi. Nti yentumi nto ade yi. Na so all the same price wo ye. Nti wukita skakitu e bia betumi ato nia ebesun. Na to na yento ade nti ndie haye kakara.
In the case of Kokonte, the minister reported that a sack now sells for 950 Ghana cedis, down from the 1,200 Ghana cedis in January. Traders in the Kokonte business mention prices which are lower, but they are calling for a reduction in fuel prices to help ease transportation costs and further bring down prices at the market level.
Tintin pano, 11 million. Na Accra weight no 8.85. Accra weight no de se ba kono na ye sha na ya bwa no. Na Accra weight no level kotoko no level no pepepepepe. Ano e ba no ne pepepepepe en se bi ntwaso. Ya ka cha ba ni so ya panicho bebre onhwe na lore fe no so onhwe na ye yisu ma ye na Kokonte no so wo mu yisu ma ye na obi mu so won betumi ato amaye.
The story is similar with palm fruits. Sellers confirm prices have even fallen further, aligning with the minister's claim that an olonka now goes for 25 Ghana cedis instead of 40 Ghana cedis. However, they explain the drop is mainly due to seasonal availability rather than any significant economic shift.
The idea 35 and 30.
At the Agbublushi market, onion sellers also report lower prices, consistent with the finance minister's claim that a paint bucket of onions has dropped from 120 Ghana cedis to 95 Ghana cedis. But like the palm fruit sellers, they credit the change to seasonal harvests.
Foodstuffs no so season na eba. Enti se ade in between a balance and call from cra and no so a emba so bebre nti ho ne ho nti pacho paint bucket no on say me dem market ni mu and I had so mu betu ne dodo nti we ne ye de 70 paint no na basket ne ye de 27 and I be ma 25 kwa de mano ade akanda ya boabo do betimi ato 10 do betimi ato 5 do beto bia na ya mane bi.
While some traders confirm a reduction in the prices of certain food items on the market, others maintain that certain staples still remain expensive. They want government to take further steps to ease the burden on both sellers and consumers. Reporting from the Agbublushi market here in Accra, I am Daniel Sakite.
Now, the Member of Parliament for Manso Nkwanta, Chinimbo Akodiafoko, has criticized the government's mid-year budget review, describing it as overly optimistic. He also accused the current administration of failing to acknowledge the contributions of the previous government in the country's recent economic progress. There's more in this report.
The minority in Parliament, even before the mid-year budget review was read by Finance Minister Dr. Ato Forson, staged a walkout citing the violence that characterized the Ablikman North election rerun and what they term as the Western Galamsey menace. Speaking on City FM and Channel 1 TV weekend current affairs program, The Big Issue, Member of Parliament for Manso Nkwanta, Chenebo Akodiafoko, justified the walkout, citing President Mohamed's silence on the matter. On the mid-year budget presentation, the MP criticized the Mahama-led administration for failing to give credit to the past NPP administration for the economic gains seen in the first half of the year.
My first point is that I was, overly optimistic. No credence given to the previous administration that set the pace. No acknowledgement of global issues that have impacted us locally. Didn't unpack the issues for people to understand why those figures that he churned out came out the way they are. and all that. So they were presented as if they are indicators that have happened or that have come about because some actions have been taken.
Member of the Finance Committee, Issa Atta, defended the government's handling of the economy, attributing gains made to prudent management.
To say that we should have credited the MPP for the gains that we are getting, I think is far-fetched. Number two, we are also not discounting the whole concept of external factors that contribute to some of these things. If you remember, in the budget, we attributed to the fact that global uncertainty in terms of the geopolitical tension that is happening in Israel and Gaza, right, might have an effect on us. So, and that even influenced the benchmark price we give for oil. So at every stage in your economy, you need to do an assessment of global economic factors and uncertainty factors, its impact on your fiscals. So government has acknowledged that the external sector contributed a lot also to the gains that we are seeing.
Meanwhile, Head of Finance at Melbourne Capital, Nelson Kujo-Kwadbeji, expressed disappointment in the Minority Caucus decision to stage a walkout ahead of the presentation of the 2025 Media Budget Review in Parliament, citing its potential to undermine investor confidence.
They should have at least been in the chamber, listen to the presentation, and later deal with whatever issue that they have with the president. But to the extent that they actually fled the chamber, and for only the majority to be in the chamber and listen to the finance minister, I think that it doesn't send a good signal to even investors outside the country. Because when any investor wants to invest in your jurisdiction, your economy, I mean, they factor this political stability stuff into their consideration. And so I think the walkout was uncalled for, unwarranted, and this may not promote parliamentary democracy in Ghana.
Yes, you're watching Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 Television. Still ahead, English Yam from Traditional Authorities institutes spot fines for sanitation offenders to deter irresponsible waste disposal and related practices. More on that when we come back.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
It's on SuperSport all season long. Pay your subscription today. Dial *759#. Available on DSTV and GoTV.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. Mommy, chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm your rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial *770# for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial *770# for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
DSTV means choosing.
Amazing acting.
Face friending while streaming.
Front row at the gaming and super fanning while on the going. Winning. Binging and blockbustering. While others are white ricing, you're jolloffing.
This looks so good.
With something for everyone. Anything is possible when you're DSTVing. Start today with all sorts of packages to match your...
You're welcome back. Now, as Ghana celebrates 60 years of the cedi, concerns are emerging over the rejection of lower denomination coins on the market. From traders to commuters, many say the 20 peso coin in particular is no longer accepted, sparking fears it could drive up the cost of goods and disrupt everyday transactions. There's more in this report by Channel 1 News' Shiba Araba Benin.
Despite Ghana's improving macroeconomic outlook, the refusal to accept lower cedi denominations, particularly the 20 pesewa coin, is emerging as a growing market concern that could inadvertently trigger price hikes as traders and service providers struggle with change shortages. While inflation is on a downward trend and the cedi is performing well against foreign currencies, a microeconomic challenge may topple these gains. Ghanaians say the 20 pesewa coin, among other smaller denominations, is no longer being accepted as legal tender in many spaces. One common example cited is the refusal by operators of public toilets to accept 5 20 pesewa coins in place of the standard 1 Ghana cedi charge for a toilet roll.
So many say young family and so one country and now enjoy scan Utopia at a crampo and none of the one. I tried the mom monji. There no more cascasa, no my job or no more. And I say the mom much, a bit much, a bit much. The address say the mom monji, I require for report. A police station says, can you and Trump say more mundi?
At the Adabraka market, many traders noted that the inconvenience has forced some traders to round up prices to the nearest city to avoid the hassle of small change.
Piota 50 pesos. Now we see 20 pesos. Man, monje no. Mo be say piota no. Yenton 1 cedi ana. It just say 20 pesos man. It just say Ghana. Ye obedient. Ni ye di 20 pesos man no. Anya sa pure water be call 1 cedi because you timudi 20 pesos mana pure water be tuma ko 70 pesos ama mani mu e mo ya den ade ese bia ya ton ya be ton bia 1 cedi 50 pesos no because for coincidence in nature so ni pa non ton bia 2 cedi.
I can't remember the 5 pesos, that was what they did to the 5 pesos. Yeah, so when you give them the 5 pesos, they reject it. So things that were sold for 5 pesos are now increased to 10 pesos because the people tend to reject the 5 pesos. So those selling the things have no choice than to increase it to 5 pesos. So I think one of the effects too is just like it causes prices of goods and commodities to increase. So right now things that are sold for 20 pesos will now be increased to 50 pesos. Because now people are rejecting the 20%.
This unintended consequence is exactly what Head of Finance at Merben Capital, Nelson Kujo Kuagbeji, warns could worsen inflationary pressures.
Once they are rejecting the lower denominated values, it engenders inflationary pressures because an item that can cost 30 pesos will now cost what? One Ghana cedis, which means that the price of that basic good becomes more expensive. And so the impact is that once they are rejecting the lower denominated values, it pushes the price of basic goods up and thereby engendering inflationary pressures.
Traders are particularly worried this mirrors the phasing out of the 5 pesewa coin, which many believe disappeared from circulation long before it was officially declared obsolete. The traders demand clarity from the Bank of Ghana.
Me, my imagine say, the demand 1 year, maybe I'll pay your family call. I know the make one swear, no, I know you. Whether Mabu na call police station, it's me imagine say I can be a bone. Now I'm in the police station, reason why. 20 pesos ni indi so of Ghana sika a wo mi si indi oman ni penifo na na twa man government na wo mu twa de go oman no si indi wo mu pese wo reject sika no etim pese mi bisa Ghana commercial bank a wo mu de ba outside no say Ghana sika no say 20 pesos ni 10 pesos any idea wo mu me alert.
The coins are very, very necessary to stabilizing prices, because in its absence, people will be rounding prices. And one interesting thing is that the coins stay in circulation longer, and it helps us as a nation to save on printing notes. So please accept the coins. Nobody should reject coins that has been legally issued as a legal tender by the central bank.
The cedi, no matter the denomination, is Ghana's legal tender, and it is an offense punishable by law to refuse to accept it. The general public are raising concerns about the gradual rejection of some lower denominated currency, including the 20 pesos and 10 pesos coins. Their concern is that if this practice keeps on, it will bring about an increase in the prices of goods and commodities on the market. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I am Shiva Arbabel.
Now, traditional authorities of English Yam have instituted a spot fine for sanitation offenders. This, according to the council, is to deter people from engaging in irresponsible waste disposal and related poor sanitation practices. Correspondent Akwesiado has more.
The median of the highway stretching from the toll booth to Amanfrom Junction has become a spot for disposing waste by some residents of the area. The unpalatable sights and unpleasant stench, especially at bus stops and major crossings, have become a concerning matter for residents who fear a possible outbreak of a sanitation-related disease may occur.
I feel very bad, and also I blame the municipal assemblies because they were not enforcing our law. We must also do our part to help Mother Ghana and our localities where we live. We have to start educating our children from the primary school. Then when we grow it will be part and parcel of us.
Well, I think I would tell the central government to take a look at what you're seeing right now, which is a self-sufficient, strong people who want to work in their own community. They're not asking for a handout. They're asking for assistance.
Apart from the indiscriminate waste disposal, a booming livestock market has been established at the English Yam from Junction, creating an unpleasant environment.
Ghana has no, Yana was no. The Cassia de Mrea Duma, Obiatimi Tragana. But you was a Mrani on me, your Gumma Obi, yes, young Guma, and ye. Because Ucasa will say, you know, I am market or young Cohopo, then you better be great. And the yes, Obi, a month from us, over Tabua, because one corner.
Traditional leaders say they will no longer tolerate such practices. During a clean-up exercise ahead of the celebration of the Homo Festival, the divisional chief of English Yam from Kwashigbolo IV told Channel 1 News that the traditional council will no longer spare sanitation offenders. He announced that sanitation offense, such as improper waste disposal, shall attract an instant fine of 7 sheep and other items that will be determined by the council to deter offenders.
If you were so common, Absa a static committee, I will call round. You Obia or didn't got the more. You're in the betty. Young you crack no, Ujan Bako, and I say, and I some of the other paper. Yare or Hormone, no moment can't compare Yare getting and farm bound, as will be our shed. I said, may no poison island, and I say, I mean, we, I'm about them.
Traditional authorities of English Yam from has instituted stricter measures against sanitation offenders. For Channel 1 News, I am Akwesiado, English Yam from.
Now, the University of Ghana held its congregation ceremony graduating on July 25 and 26 over 1,900 students across various disciplines, with calls for the new graduates to be innovative and generate solutions to deal with national and international challenges. There's more in this report.
The University of Ghana graduated over 1,000 students this year across 4 sessions, including PhD, master's, and undergraduate degrees. The new graduates were tasked to move beyond their academic achievements and endeavor to play a role in shaping the future of the nation and the continent of Africa. In her address to the graduates, chairperson of the university's governing council and legal counsel to the president, Marietta Brew, encouraged the graduating class to apply their knowledge to real-life challenges, stressing the importance of innovation, collaboration, and strengthening the links between Ghana's academic and corporate sectors.
Today, more than ever before, Africa and the world at large need your expertise and look to you to contribute to solving the many problems that we face as a continent.
During his keynote address to the graduates of the law school, Pan-Africanist and CEO of CarePoint, Dr. Sanu Dele, challenged the graduates to become the ethical leaders Africa urgently needs.
It needs ethical leaders. Ethical leaders who will lead with honor, who will recognize that true success is not about personal wealth, but about building a nation that serves the country. When I think about leadership in Africa today, my mind often drifts back to the revolutionary spirit of our founders. Men like Kwame Nkrumah, who envisioned an Africa united and free, not just from colonial oppression, but from the chains of ignorance, greed, and corruption.
Some of the graduates who spoke to Channel One News expressed their happiness at successfully obtaining their degrees.
I'm really grateful to God for how far He has brought me. It has not been easy. Yes, that's never been easy. Going to school, dealing with your masters, with pregnancy, with children, and home, and work. It has not been so easy, but God has made it, and He has done it.
The program is very stressful, but with the perseverance and resilience, I think we're able to make it. And I'm much grateful to Almighty Allah for how far He brought us to this level.
Now, the Absa Blackar Marathon opened with hundreds of runners competing across 3 fields: the wheelchair race, the 10-kilometer run, and the full 42.2-kilometer marathon. The event is a brainchild of Dr. Eric Kwame Adai, a former elite athlete, reviving Ghana's long-distance running culture and promoting fitness among all age groups. There's more in the following report.
3 categories: the wheelchair athletes, the 10-kilometer runners, and the full 42.2 marathoners took off as President John Dramani Mahama waved the white flag. Founded by Dr. Eric Adai, we use this program as a platform to revive the long-distance running history in Ghana. Speaking at the event, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama pledged his full support for the marathon, adding that the Absa Blackar Marathon will now be held annually.
The Blackar Marathon has become a part of Ghana's tourism experience, and we've labeled it the Blackar Experience. I'm lending my presence to it today to show how important that this project is for us. And I'm happy to see this beautiful turnout of so many athletes. I hear from 28 different nations, and I've never run a marathon before. I don't have the energy to run a marathon, but I admire all of you who attempt to do it. Run at your own pace. It takes strategy to run a marathon. I've seen many races where people take off like a jet, and eventually they don't end the race. So pace yourself, run at your own pace. It is just enough to take part.
NSA Director General Yampofo Ankra also praised the initiative, calling it a success judging by the turnout.
It's an organization, and patronage is very good. It's important when you see a cross-section of citizens coming through. I'm particularly impressed with the younger ones.
Absa Ghana's Director of Marketing and Corporate Affairs, Ana Esimfo Tamaklu, said the bank supported the event because it aligns with their tagline, "Your story matters."
You know, as a bank, we care about so many things. As we say, we are not just about a bank that opens bank accounts. We are a force for good. So when this initiative was presented to us, we saw that there was so much we could do for it to support a number of causes. So we bought into the idea, and then we said, how do we get people to get involved? Number one, you know, this is a wellness platform. Just the ability that people will train. And people have been actually training for months, and so that they can participate in the marathon. So it's a wellness agenda for us in the first place.
Some runners from the various categories shared their excitement after crossing the finish line. Please stand for it.
I can say my co-competitors, they made me to make the time. So this is a good race. First of all, I would like to thank Almighty Allah for making it successful for us. 42K is not an easy task, but as far as we have planned for it, we are able to make it by the grace of Allah.
This is just a motivation going to next year, Commonwealth game, and looking forward for the LA in 20.
I came for this marathon for 10K, and it wasn't easy though, but you know, the starting wasn't easy, but when I was becoming like to the middle and the finishing, I took that really well, and that got me here in less than an hour.
That concludes the maiden Absa 2025 Black Star Marathon. For Channel 1 News, I am Julia Shrifiamwa.
I actually didn't hear about that earlier. I would have also gone for the marathon, but I brought you the news anyway, and that's how we wrap up on the Channel 1 Newsroom. Visit our website, channel1news.com, for information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel 1 TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel 1 TV. I am Omar Sandamado. Thank you so much for watching us.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensa.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.